What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Really different video. And this really isn't like a video. It's just kind of explaining why there wasn't a video Wednesday. I did post a short about it, but in case y'all missed that, because it only got like 27 views, so I know most of you did. There's why. First, I'm going to set the scene for you. So my grandma went out of town to Noah's Ark in Kentucky. We live in Texas, so it's like I don't know exactly how far it is. I think it's like 12 to 15 hours. So she wasn't here. My aunt lives on the same property as him, but she just graduated from nursing school. But she had to take a test to actually get her license. And that's like in the next town over from us. We live 2 hours away from there, so she came over here for like 3 days. During that time, my grandpa, he's only like 61. But he was doing some yard work. And we've been getting a lot of storms around here, so they have like a, I don't know, 1 or 2 acre plot of land with a bunch of trees on it. So, after it storms, there's going to be a bunch of branches on the ground. So he's just out doing that. But let me tell you a little bit about him. So I don't know if y'all are going to know what I'm talking about. I don't know the exact name of them, but out in the oil field, they have these big trucks with drills on them, and they just go around looking for oil, drilling holes here and there and everywhere. That's what he did way back in the day. I'm pretty sure he got hurt on the job. I don't remember what he was doing. But basically, his entire back is metal. I mean, that doesn't really play a part in this, but he hasn't been able to work since. So he's just done random stuff in the yard like 24/7. He's out there doing something. I'm pretty sure he's been burned, like full body. In fact, this is going to sound crazy. He had a tattoo of my grandma's name, and one day they got in a fight, and he burned the C off with the cigarette butt. People do that to torture people. He did it because he was mad. The most recent thing I can think is he was yet again doing yard work, and he went to throw this, I don't know, about that big branch, but it got caught on the ground and went into his hand. I don't think he cried or anything. In fact, the only reason he went to the hospital was because my aunt made him go to the hospital. So the other day, when she's up here, it was the day after she took her test, like 10 in the morning, and she gets a call from my grandpa, and you can tell immediately, like, he's having a hard time breathing. He's crying a little bit. So we're like, wow, okay. Never heard him like that before. He's not really talking, but we did gather. He was in the yard working, and he picked up this log that was, he said, weighed as much as his dog. His dog is not very big, but it weighs about 85 at least pounds. And he went to throw it. He just fell to his knees because there was intense pain in his chest. So he was calling us like an hour after that happened. Said he was just sitting outside, thought it would go away, but it wasn't, and he didn't know what to do. And you got to remember, nobody is there. Nobody's within 2 hours of him. So, we were at standstill. The only person that we could really call was a neighbor that he is close friends with. So we call him because every single one of us honestly thought that he was having a heart attack. He's at work, and all we tell him is nobody's there. He said he's having pain in his chest, and he is already walking out the door. Basically, he's like, "Okay, I'm on my way." Like, leaves work. I'm pretty sure he owns a shop, and he had people there, and he just walked out the door. So he gets him, takes him to the hospital. So after the neighbor says he's going to get him, we all hop in the car and start going that way. So once we get there, he's already been in the hospital for a little while. They keep him there until about 6, and they do like all the CAT scan and this and that. His vitals were good, everything was good. But I wasn't back there with them. They only let 2 people go back, so my mom and my aunt went back there. Obviously, they said the doctor was extremely rude, but the nurse was like really sweet. So there's that. He wanted to go home. Like, he didn't want to stay up there because I can tell y'all this. Whenever we got up there, well, no, I guess this might have been later in the day. He's kind of like me, but way worse. He was mad at himself for calling us and making us and like ruining our plans. We didn't have any plans. But like, that's what he was thinking. So he just wanted to go home, you know. He didn't want to make us stay up there anymore, which my mom ended up staying the night with him anyway. Yeah, so he leaves. The doctor says she's not giving him any medicine for pain because he's leaving. So yeah, he goes home, and since the doctors didn't find anything on the CAT scan or wrong with his vitals, we're thinking he must have just pulled a muscle or something. This might get confusing for y'all. We're talking like a week or so before. My mom went to pick up my great uncle's kids to bring them over here. He adopted. They're only like 15 and 9, something like that. So we took them back home, and while we were over there, he said he had a friend who pulled a muscle in his ribs, and apparently it felt like all his ribs broke. And we're thinking, okay, because we've never seen him cry or act anything like he was acting, that's probably what happened to him. He said it only hurt whenever he moved. It was all adding up. Until my grandma got back home, I guess today, and took him to his doctor. His doctor relooked at the x rays, or maybe he did new ones. I don't know. But he had a fractured rib that was pinching his nerve. How the other doctors didn't see it, I don't know. Maybe they did, but they were just being rude. I don't know. Which my grandpa isn't known to be the nicest person either, but I mean, he didn't really have much of a choice but to be nice because there wasn't really much he was going to do or say. Anyways, anyways, that's all I know for now. That night, though, the night that we brought him home from the hospital, I don't know if the medicine was still working on him. It was a few hours later, but he was up, he was laughing, this and that, shaking his head at my aunt because he didn't want my grandma to know while she was on vacation because he wasn't supposed to be working in the yard anyways, because every time he does, he ends up hurting himself. The man is actually pretty crazy. The good kind of crazy, not, yeah. The kind of crazy that climbs a tree for you when you're a kid to build you a swing with nothing. Yeah, he got in trouble for that a lot. For that a lot too. But as of now, it seems like, he ain't going to die tomorrow. So while we're here, I guess, I should mention that we did, in fact, hit 200 subs already. So thank you all tremendously for that. Thank you all for your prayers and everything, too. I plan on getting out and filming a specific video for that. However, I can't get out there and film today. Got too much stuff that I need to do here at the house. So let me just say this. For the 200 sub special, we're going somewhere. I didn't plan on going anywhere, but the way things are lining up, it's going to line up perfectly with a vacation that we were already going to take. It is going to be a little late, but it would have been late anyway because I haven't been able to get my film. So probably not next Saturday, maybe 2 Wednesdays from now or 2 Saturdays. I don't know. It's going to be about 1.5 weeks before you guys see it. Maybe a little more. Till next time, though. And again, thank you all so much. Till next time, I guess. Bye.